Good morning, everyone. With all this corona going on, I wanted to go live and talk about makeup. So anybody that wants to join, I'm doing my makeup. I'm doing a natural look today, something easy. So anybody can join. And we'll talk about some makeup and get our minds off this coronavirus. Hey guys. I'm actually really nervous. Hey Jess, hey Shannon. This is my first live, so y'all be easy on me. Hey you guys. So I'm not really doing nothing, I'm just getting ready, but I just wanted to say hey to everybody on Facebook and just talk. Everybody's all nervous about the coronavirus, so I just wanted to say hey. I am using the Born This Way concealer. I actually just got this and it's really creamy and I like it better than my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I used it, I was like, oh my god, this is so easy to like get on there and blend. Yeah, I don't use primer on my eyes. Hey Crystal. So I'm just taking the concealer for a primer and I'm patting it down, spreading it out as it dries. And then I will put some powder on it, which I use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Hey Daniel. And so I'm just spreading it out, trying to make it even. I try not to cake it too much here because it makes a too harsh of a line if you're doing a natural look. So I try to just bring it out. And then once I put my primer on, it'll kind of get rid of it a little bit, I guess. But I just, unless I'm on the edge, I don't drag the brush. I just pat it to spread it out. I don't drag the brush because it, I don't know, it does something weird. So, what's everybody doing? Has everybody had their coffee this morning? How are we feeling? Hey Misha. Two cups of coffee down, watching people do makeup is relaxing as hell. Okay, well, I'm glad I could help. Crystal, how are y'all doing? Are y'all okay? What's going on where you're at? Okay, so this one is pretty well almost dried down. So now I'm going to take my powder, my Laura Mercier. This is just I don't even know what kind of brush this is. I got it. I was trying to do an online course and they sent some brushes. So I've had it for almost like 2 years maybe. And I never got rid of it. I love it. It's just a really fluffy brush. And I dip it into my powder, knock it off. And then I start at the top and then bring it down to get the edge up here and the powder falls. So that way you can just work your way down and you don't have to worry about getting powder everywhere. Which sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm just trying to get done and I'm in a hurry. So as you can see, it's kind of changing colors to like a darker tan instead of that white. And I kind of go over right on the edge of my eyebrow to dry everything. Make sure I'm not missing a spot. And if there's too much excess powder on the brush, I'll just brush it off my big fluffy brush from Sigma. And I just brush it off. Hey Brittany. Hey Fabian. Hey Keely. Hey Miss Kathy. How are you guys doing? I'm not really doing anything, just getting ready for work. I'm doing something natural. I've never been live before. It's my first one. So with everything going on, it's no better time than now to kind of ease everybody and take their mind off of everyday life with the coronavirus stuff going on. So, okay. So I'm really going to do something extremely natural today. I'm going to be wearing like a leopard print dress. So I'm just going to take my Tarte. It's a little wheel I get in my, I don't know what that subscription is. One of my makeup subscriptions that I get. We're bored but doing fine. It's snowing here. How are you guys? We are being told to stay home unless going to the doctor, work, or pharmacy. Yeah, they haven't done that to us yet, Crystal. We're still working. So we're still working. Dillard's isn't closed. It's just takeout and delivery at restaurants though. The bars and clubs are closed. Everything like that. But it's still normal. They're not telling us to stay in the house. Yeah, Jessica, I do set it with a setting powder. I don't, a lot of people do like to leave it creamy like that, but it creases too fast for me with my oily skin. So I don't do that. I have to set it for it to be able to stay like all day without making a crease in my eye. All right, so I always keep a makeup wipe on my counter because I don't wash my brushes every day. Like it's ridiculous to me. I mean, I'm clean. I do wash them once a week at least, no less. But I always have a makeup wipe here, and then I'll just dry it on my hand. Or sometimes I keep like a clean rag. Hey Keith. Hey Miss Kathy. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, my first time, so this is interesting. But it's not so bad. It's nerve-wracking, but it's not so bad because I know all of you guys. You know, y'all are all my Facebook people I grew up with, people I've worked with, so I don't know why I've been so nervous to go live. Okay, so I went into this like tan color right here, and I'm just gonna do my crease. I tapped it off because I don't want it to, and I don't start doing circles or anything. I kind of like push it in like this around the edge of my crease, and then I start working my circles to kind of blend it a little bit. And I like to bring my color like to my eyebrow here and over. I'll bring it up. Hey mama. And then I'll just go back into that same color and just build it a little bit. Not a lot because I want it to be natural like I said. So I dip back into it, so I knock it off. And I'm going to tap again on my skin to kind of push the color in. And not everyone is the same. You know, everyone has their own techniques and the way that they do it. This is just the way that I do my makeup. There's no right way to do makeup. Everyone is different. Everyone's comfortable holding their brushes different. How they carve their eyebrows out, if they use primer or concealer for their eyes. So don't think about it too much. Hey, April. Hey, Brittany. It's one of your favorite brushes. What, this pink one, Crystal? And if y'all want me to, I can actually go live every day while this virus stuff is going on before I go to work while I'm getting ready, so y'all can kind of see my concept. Yeah, I do love this. I got it in one of those boxes. BoxyCharm. Oh, that's it. Yeah, BoxyCharm. I forget the name of it. I don't get it anymore. These are like the old ones that I had. Hey, you guys just joining. Hey, Mitra. Hey, Kim. Hey, ID. So once again, I'm just building this color for my transition shade. Hey, Lori. Hey, Mama. Thank you. I love you. Okay, and so like right here, it doesn't look harsh on the camera, but sometimes it actually can be. So that's why I like to bring it all the way up. So I really don't have much color left on this. I've already spread it through my crease and on my eyelid. So I'm just going to take it and just blend really softly right here so there's no line under my eyebrow. Like, I hate that, honestly. And a lot of people like to do like one eye at a time. I can't do it. I don't know why. I just can't. So I always, whatever I'm doing to this eye, I'm about to come over here and do it to this eye, because I can't. Hey, Naya. So once again, I'm just kind of pushing the color in first before I start blending or swiping my brush. And so now I'll start from the outside and just kind of just start blending it in. And I'm going to go back and forth and build it just like I did on the other one. And y'all don't mind my headphones, my retro headphones. I love them. If I get a call, I can answer it through the headphones and I don't have to mess with my phone. My poor Sophia is bored to death. She wants to go swimming, but we can't. Letting her play in the sprinklers and stuff. Oh, well, I know everything is boring right now. It's not a lot for the kids to do, stuck at home with parents, but everything will get better. And like I said, I'm just bringing it up. I like for my transition shade to come all the way up to my eyebrow. Yes, it does. Tell them I said, hey, Mom. And I love them. Well, I guess if they're watching, they can see what I'm saying. Okay. So I'm just blending. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Miss Lori. Alright, so it looks even to me. So now I'm going to get a different brush, and I'm going to put a little darker color like here on the edge just for a little more definition. My eyeshadow gets stuck right there too. I don't know why though. I have to blend, blend, blend. Yeah, blending is the key. You just have to keep blending. Hi, Anna. But also blending that part, if you have, you try not to blend like right here on the edge where that line creates until the very end. I'm live, babe. Good morning. Oh, I miss you too, Anna. It's been a long time. Alright, so I wore green yesterday, and I'm trying to get it out of my brush. It still won't come out. So, what's a good concealer? The one I have turns freaking yellow and doesn't blend really at all. Okay, so I have always used Tarte Shape Tape. But just last week, I received my Born This Way. I wanted to finally try it because everyone says it's just as good or better. So I finally got it in, and that's what I have now. It's what I've been using. That's what I use to carve out my eyebrows. That's what I use for concealer. It's a lot. To me, the Tarte Shape Tape dries down really good. If you're not fast, it leaves it kind of spotty if you're not careful. And this one doesn't do that. You can keep blending it. It stays creamy pretty well the whole time it's drying down. So, no, I haven't seen your mom lately, but I heard that she's lost a lot of weight and she looks really good. Daddy's been telling me. So, no, I haven't. Okay, so that's about as much as the green as I can get out. So, okay, so now I'm going to take the darker color up here really lightly. It's hard for me. It's hard to find a dark brown that blends. My favorite one that I have is by let me see. My favorite brown shade I've ever had, and I've had a lot of brown. I have, there's a lot of different ones in my drawer here too, is this Butter London that I received in my BoxyCharm. The brown in here is the best blending brown I've ever seen in my life. I'm not going to use it today, but it's the best one. If you don't have that little palette, you should go look for it if they still have it, because it's really good. Yeah, Daniel, Jess is right. Sometimes you do have to mix a couple different shades. I mean, this concealer, it does, once you put the powder on it, it does look a little, it is a lot darker than what, more yellow. It could be the translucent powder that you're using too. You might want to try something different. Okay, so I'm just gonna go into the corner of my eye and start building it. I usually bring it like halfway in, so you'll see. I stamp it on first to try to get the color down, some of it, and then I will start blending just a little bit. I'm not gonna go up very far. And if you do go over or up too far with the darker color that you're trying to create the shadow with there, you can always bring that translucent shade and blend out the edge a little bit better. That always helps me. So I'm just gonna stamp it on, bring it up just a little bit. This brown is sometimes hard to blend, but like I said, you can use your translucent shade to kind of make it smoother. Okay, I will. It's making me look insane because I'm pale as hell, but a fool got breakouts. Yeah, I understand. But you'll get it right. You just have to keep trying. Hey, Amanda. We're just doing makeup. So I'm just like really, I'm not barely pushing on my eyelid. Like it's just sitting there and I'm moving it. It's not, I'm not pushing at all. When you're using a dark color, you don't want to push that hard. Unless you're trying to do like a really, really bold dark look, then that's different. But I'm not trying to do that today. So I'm just very lightly touching my eye, blending it. And I'm just bringing it out a little bit to blend in with the translucent shade. And I don't like a harsh line here, so I also just take my brush across that part and fade it. See? Hi, Christina. Welcome. We're just talking about makeup in here, so feel free to join. All right. Thank you. It's going to be really light. I like my natural days. Y'all know I like to be bold sometimes to match my outfit, but today I'm not really feeling it. I'm trying to get this done. Alright, so now I'm going to take that brush I used for the translucent shade and I'm going to dip into it. And I'm going to start in the corner of, like, right here on the edge in the corner. And I'm just going to kind of lay down a little color to blend with the darker one. And then I'm going to go up and work my way over. And what it's going to do is just, like, blend that seamlessly, since it's such a hard color in this little palette to blend. Hi, Ashley. Hey, Zam. Hey, Hannah. And again, I'm just starting in the corner and I'm working my way in to blend the outer edge of that brown. Hey, Callie. All right, and that's it for that. Now I'm gonna do the darker color on this side. Hey, Misty. For everyone just now joining, we're taking our minds off of the world and we're talking about makeup. So if you have any questions, just ask them and I will chat with you guys. Hey, Cody. All right, so I'm packing on the color again. It's not heavy, it's very light. And this eye always, my left eye always seems to be the hardest for me to blend. I don't know why, it just is. It takes me a lot longer on my left eye than my right. Alright, so I'm just getting the color on. Alright, and I'm still just trying to build this color up a little bit, blending around the edges. Blending is like the most important part of makeup. You have to blend. You can't give up. Like, you just have to keep blending. You don't have a choice, or it's not as seamless as you want it to be. So you just have to be patient and just keep blending. because you will get the look that you want, but you have to be able to blend. And as y'all can see, I'm trying to keep the color just in this general area. I don't want it to go up here, or I could pull it here to give my eyes some more definition, but I just really don't feel like it today, honestly. Just a quick natural look. Yes, I would say it's a pain in the butt. All right, so now I'm going back to that transition color shade, that tan that I had in there, the first. Hey Candy. And I'm going to start in the corner again and put some of that color there to blend it. And then I'm going to start bringing it up around the edge of that dark brown. Hey Tiffany. Yes, Crystal, yes. Hey Candace. Alright, I'm almost done with blending. Alright, so blending is done. So now I'm going to take, let's see. I'm going to take this shimmer color here and I'm going to use my finger. I don't like to use brushes when it comes to shimmer shade or glitter. Well, maybe glitter. I like to use a brush, a tiny brush. But for this, just to stamp on some shimmer right there to make it pop, I just use my finger. There's no like technique to this really. You just, it's more pigmented when you put it on with your finger. You can do a cut crease and it'll really be strong and pigmented, but I don't have time for that today, you guys. Sorry. So I'm just gonna build it like this, which to me, if I'm just doing a natural look, this works really well instead of doing a cut crease because it's not as natural. And then once I have the color that I want, I take that pink brush that I use the transition shade with, and I just kind of brush the edges to make sure it all looks really nice and blended. Bringing that color in, and voila, that's it. Now, of course, I'm doing the same thing on this eye. I'm just getting that little bit of shimmer. Alright, and that's kind of the color that I want, just a little bit, so I don't look too dull today. So, same brush, and I'm just going to pull that color together with the others. Make sure it's not too harsh. I need someone to teach me how to do my eyebrows. They get real rough, LOL. Well, I mean, I can help you. But it takes me the longest to do my eyebrows than anything else. Everything else comes really fast. It's the eyebrows that take the longest. If you want them to look perfect, yeah, it takes a while. The more you do it, the better you'll get. Okay, so that's all for the eyeshadow. Now, once I put my foundation and everything on and powder it down, I do take some underneath my eye, some of that transition color, that tan, and I'll just bring it down so it's not too white, like under there, because I'm really pasty. Okay, and so for my mascara, I use 3 different mascaras every day. Sorry, you guys, my nose is running. Can I have a paper towel, please, babe? Okay, so I have 3 different mascaras. Okay, first of all, I use the first layer of mascara I use. This is from Estee Lauder. Sumptuous Extreme Lash Multiplying Volume Mascara. I got this in a gift with purchase.
You know what, Randy?
Yeah, I don't know why.
You got the Rona.
You shut up. But I use this for my first layer. I don't curl my eyelashes because they don't curl. I mean, they'll look good for 30 seconds and then they're like flat. I have really long eyelashes. I don't even try anymore. Like, I just put the mascara on and call it a day. It is what it is. So the first layer, I use this. I hate brows. I'm thinking about getting microblading done. Yeah, microblading would make it a lot easier. Like, man. But it's so expensive. That's why I'm like, screw it. I'll just, hey Jesse. I'll just keep filling mine in. Like, okay, I don't have any special technique to put mascara on. Right here, from here to the middle, I try to pull it like this way. And then on the outer edge, I try to pull it more this way. But this is the easy part. Okay, so now same thing to the other eye that I did to this one. And I only use 1 layer of this. This just creates volume with this one, the Estee Lauder one. But then I'll go back in with something else to try to spread the eyelashes out. And y'all, it's okay if you get a little mascara on your eyelid. You can just go back in with your brush or take some of that shimmer shade and just, it'll wipe off. You just have to let it dry. That's the key. Let it dry. Hey, Nathan. Hey, Derek. Hey, babe. My lashes in the inner corner are super straight and kind of non-existent. Yeah, I mean, mine are there. It's just really hard for me to get mascara on them. So I just do what I can and leave it at that. Jessica, have you tried priming your lashes first? I hear it makes them real bold. Yes, I have. I actually like the one from Dior. I got a sample one time and I never went and bought it, which I should. I'm sure Christina would suggest that I buy it. But yeah, I just layer it instead. So now I got this. It's called Big Ego by Tarte. I got this in a BoxyCharm. And this one is almost gone. I need to go buy one. Like, I really need it because I like this. This stuff is really good. Mine are blonde and super long, but they stay straight and flat. Well, you have curly hair, Daniel, so if you use an eyelash curler, it may help you. But for me, my hair is naturally straight. I got a perm a few months ago, so it doesn't work for me. But if you use an eyelash curler, yours may very well curl. And I don't know if y'all can see it, but it spread my lashes out. This one did. That's liquid gold right there. Yeah, this is really good. Like, I'm down to the last drying drop, literally. I have to go buy some more. Okay, so last layer. And my last layer always has to be waterproof because I have oily skin. It always ends up coming down in the corner of my eyes. Like, I still have trouble with it now, trying to get it exactly. I usually use this MAC mascara. I really love this wand, but I've recently found this is Catrice Rock Couture Extreme Volume Mascara 24-hour waterproof. It has the same exact brush as the MAC. The formula is a little different and a lot more comes out on the brush than the MAC one, so that's been difficult, but it has, I mean, this is the MAC one. Here's the brush. Oh, it's a little close. Focus. Okay, there it is. Okay, and this one, the Catrice, which is really cheap, it's like $8. It has the same exact brush. I mean, it's exactly the same, so I had to try it. And I did get two, and it's been okay using it. It's just not quite as good as the MAC. Like, there's something a little different. Yeah, Christina is a hustler. She gets me every time. Every time she tells me about something new or something I need to have or try that she compares to something I already have and talk about. Yeah, she gets me every time. Hey, Hope. Alright, so this is the last layer. It's waterproof because my skin is so oily. And I'm just going to do a light. But this wand also like helps separate the lashes. So that's a plus. To me, that's what you want in the last layer of mascara. If you're going to layer it, you want something that is going to separate your lashes so they look fuller. But every day my lashes don't always work that great for me, you know? You have good days and you have bad days. It's just like hair. Hey, babe. What's up?
I couldn't find but one slide.
You can't find but one slide.
Yeah.
It's probably under the bed. Thanks. That's a compliment. I like my lashes. They just don't curl, so, you know, I've just accepted that they're not going to curl. Ever. I haven't tried one of those heated, like, eyelash curlers. I'm a little scared of that, but maybe one day. Okay, so now I officially got to take the headphones off. So, okay, so my eyes are done. So now it's time to do my face. And I don't know if you guys can see the shine, like, already, like, from the oil on my skin. I put moisturizer on. I washed my face. So now I'm going to take a paper towel. You can take tissue, whatever you want if you have oily skin like me. And I'm just going to, like, pat my face with it to soak up the oil. So when I put my primer and stuff on, there's not already oil on my face. Okay. All right, that's that. Okay, so when it comes to primer, I have to admit I'm really expensive. I don't use any other primer but this now. I've tried a lot of primers and nothing has worked as good as this primer, so I'm willing to pay the price for it. But it's expensive. It's Hourglass Mineral Veil. Don't look at my dirty bottle, but this is it. Hourglass Veil. This stuff, it works like a dream. I've never used anything else. Like, I don't even know if I could try anything else. And I have tried a lot. Like, there's a lot of oil absorbing primers that have been made, and none of them work like this. This smooths your face and everything. We're going to go in today, and Christina going to get us all buying stuff. No, she's not getting me. Nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to buy anything from the cosmetic counter. I have a lot of makeup. I have too much makeup. Okay, so there's no right way to, like, put primer on. A lot of people say don't rub. It'll inflate your skin. Maybe some people it does. It doesn't really bother my skin. Not this primer anyway, so I just put some on my finger and I start spreading it on my face. Jessica, that's a good tip. I will break a sweat doing my eyes, so that is a great idea. Yeah. I mean, I don't like push like really hard on my face, but I don't dab it. Like, I don't know how people do that. It doesn't get all over the skin. It's just in, you know, I don't know. I'm weird. And when you first put this on, it does make your skin look kind of bluish almost. I don't know how to explain that, but it doesn't look like that, like, once you start putting your makeup on. And don't forget, like, this little part of your face. I do that a lot, and then it ends up, I don't know, doing some weird separating thing from the oil in my skin. So just don't forget to bring your primer and stuff up and through here. Now, right here where you can see the concealer from cleaning up my eyebrows, I do kind of like do it really soft, like extremely soft, because it'll create a line in that concealer, and I just want to smooth that out where you can't hardly tell that it's there. So I just, you know, barely touch it. right, primer's on. So I didn't put any too much right here because I'm actually going to take this makeup wipe and just clean up that edge a little bit because that'll bring it out. Like that. Okay, that's it. And so now you can just kind of bring some of that down, but you don't have to. Like, you really don't need any kind of primer right here on the edge. Okay, so now for foundation. So if I want like a full coverage day, if I'm like having a huge breakout and my face has spots on it, hey Rhonda, I use my Urban Decay All-Nighter, this, but I don't need that today. I just want to be natural. So my favorite now, like, go-to is this CoverGirl Outlast. It actually honestly lasts longer than the Urban Decay, which is crazy because that stuff lasts, like, it's hard to get off sometimes. So I have my beauty blender. I already wet it, washed it, and dried it out a little bit. Not a lot. You want it to be damp a little. So just go to town, I guess. That's what I do. I probably use a lot more foundation than I should, but this is just the way that I do it. The way that I'm comfortable doing it. I know that it spreads well and it covers my face, the spots that I want it to. Hi Maria, good morning. You working today? And so I bring it all the way up under my eyelashes. And then I bring it up the line here. I try to bring it all the way up to the line so you can't see the line. Hey Jess. And if you match your foundation correctly like you should, you don't have to bring it down. Now, my neck is actually really pale and I haven't seen the light of day in, I don't know. I didn't even get that tan last summer. So, I don't hardly go down much. You're not supposed to drag it, but I drag it right here. Because you don't want a lot. You don't want it to be visible that you blended it right there. And then I just kind of pat it down until it's pretty well dry. And then I move on to the next side. Hey, Jaleesa. So everybody that's joining, we're just talking about makeup, getting our mind off the world and what's going on. Asking questions and talking about what we use, what we like, what we don't like. So my nose is probably where I try to put the least amount of foundation. Not because I'm going to put concealer on it, but just because this is probably the from here to here is probably the oiliest like part of my face other than my chin. So I don't want it to be too heavy, so I spread it out pretty good on my nose. And then I also bring it up in between my eyebrows. And then like your forehead is where it can kind of get tricky for me because I don't know, I'm kind of particular about where I have cleaned up my eyebrows. Sometimes you can create a line per se. So I try to get just a little bit on my blending brush and I just dot it around the edge. And then I just try to blend that, like I barely tap it around the edge. Like just barely to spread out that little bit of product that I put there. Good morning, Jamie. To try to blend it down with the concealer, because the concealer is a lot lighter than your foundation most of the time, or maybe it's not. Maybe you like a more natural look, but I just want my eyebrow to be highlighted. I don't want there to be a line around it, so I just barely tap and blend that foundation around it. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. Just a little. It's not a lot. It's very tiny. And I just kind of dot it around. And then I slowly start blending it. Barely touching my face with the sponge. You want everything to be as seamless as you can possibly get it. Alright, so that's all for foundation. My foundation is down. So now I'm going to get my concealer back out. My Born This Way concealer. Oops. Unless I'm having like a really glamorous day and I'm gonna go all out, full glam, lashes and all, I really don't put a lot of concealer on, just enough to highlight where I want it. Hi, Jamie. Everyone say hello. My brother is awake. The monster's out of bed.
You're doing a live video.
Yeah.
Not very smart, Mel.
You're gonna embarrass yourself, not me.
I
So.
don't get embarrassed, though.
Well, me neither. Hey, Aunt Sherry. Hey, T.
Most of them know who I am anyway, so they already know.
Yes, they do.
That's what I'm saying. So they already know.
Right. All right, and now we're just gonna blend it out. Hi, Micah. And I don't put a lot of concealer here on my forehead. Most people do. I don't. I just kind of bring it up from my nose. Just a little bit. Not a lot.
Times have changed.
I love you too, Jessie. Jessie says she loves us. Jesse, our cousin,
Oh.
Jesse.
Manual.
You can kill him later, Jesse. He didn't know who I was talking about. I'm just working, T. Our hours got cut at Dillard's. I don't know when they're going to be closing the building. I'm kind of not looking forward to it, but...
1 minute sound bowl. Sore.
That's funny. Okay, so I try not to push too hard out here. I just want to blend it into my foundation. So I barely touch my skin right there. And I just keep blending it underneath my eye until I know I'm complete. When I'm ready to put my powder on is when I stop. But I don't stop until I'm like, I know that I'm about to dip into my powder and put it on immediately. Because if you don't, you get creases. So I'm going to go back in and blend before I touch my powder every time. Because I want to make sure that there's no crease anywhere. There's no lines. And that goes for your foundation too. Like sometimes, not really this foundation that I'm using today, not the CoverGirl, but most foundations that I've used, I have to go back and blend it out because I'll get like a line. There'll be like lines in places. Like I don't have a lot of wrinkles, but the couple that I do, they really like to sit in them. What are you talking about, T? You were supposed to call me back and never did. Okay, so I'm almost ready. Like I can feel it starting to get dry on my skin. So just really quickly in the places that I know creases, like around my nose. Okay, so I'm gonna go over my foundation one more time just to make sure there's no lines. My nose, in between, my eyes again, underneath, and then my forehead one more time. And then as soon as I'm done with my forehead, in the powder under the eyes. A lot of people just bake under their eyes and then use a brush for everything else. I bake my whole face, just the whole thing. Like, it works better for me. I have really oily skin. So I start with my eyes and then my nose and then everything else.
You gonna drink all the coffee?
Yep, I didn't make any this morning.
What the heck?
You're more than welcome.
You got that damn mocha shit.
Nuh-uh, the other one's in the canister, I told you.
What?
Well, you know, there's a store right down there that sells coffee too, if you don't like mine.
I look like I want to go to the store now.
Probably not. Okay, so, and I do also kind of bounce it over my eyebrows just to set the powder.
What did you say that other coffee was now?
It's in the canister. You don't know what a canister is?
I don't know what chemistry is. What's
They're on the counter, the clear ones. So I just keep bouncing around until the powder's pretty well gone, like I can't visibly see it. Except like right there. So I'm done with my sponge. I sit it back in this little container that it came in. I keep it clean. Every day I wash it. And I put it back. I don't sit it on any surfaces. At least not anymore, like I used to. Alright, so now I take my big fluffy brush from Sigma. This is the large powder F20 brush. And I just brush my face all over. where I put the powder and make sure there's no excess. And T, I'll call you today when I get off of work. I get off at 7. Okay. So I just recently got this like blush contour kit from Benefit. So I go in to contour my face with bronzer. I go in with the light and then the regular Hoola. Brothers are annoying, by the way. Okay, so this is just another brush that I got in that makeup brush kit from the school that I was trying to go to. It's a little like wobbly, raggedy, but I love it to put blush and bronzer on with. I don't know why. It's like angled, fluffy. It's great. It's like perfect. So I'm gonna stamp the color in first, and then I'm going to go up. I always blend up to my temple. Until I get the color that I want. I'm just going to keep adding slowly. And I always bring it up and around my forehead. And into my hairline. And when you're going, if you have the regular Hoola, this one, go in light, because it can get dark really quick. This light one that I'm using right now, it's very light. It looks like face powder in there, but it's actually a little bit darker than that when you put it on your skin. So this one you really can kind of go crazy with if you're pale like me. And then I just keep building.
Where's coffee filters now?
In the brown cabinet, top left. I'll try that crystal because this is one of my favorite brushes and I would hate to have to get rid of it. Like, I love it. I mean, you should. Why not? Life's too short. Screw it if you want to get it. So, and now that I've got that color at the stage I want it to, I'm just going to blend it a little bit here around my eyebrows and the top of my forehead, because sometimes you see these girls that come in and they've got like this line, like you can see where they put the bronzer, and I'm like, girl, we need to teach you how to blend. Hey, Amanda. So I just kind of blend it around the edge, make sure that it doesn't look harsh, especially like right here. Sometimes it kind of gets cornery, if you will, and it makes this sharp corner. So I just blend it. Okay, so now that I've got that color the way I want it to, it's pretty light. I'm gonna put it away, and I'm gonna get the Hoola. Tell your dad to tell my mom she ain't grown and she needs to check in at least once a week for real. I'll have to come regulate real quick. I will relay the message. Hey, Rush. We just need to all sit in cosmetics and do makeovers today. LOL. I got oily skin too, so this is very helpful. Oh, well, you're welcome, Daniel. It's fun. I actually love to do makeup. I talk about it all the time. I try to make Larry and Jamie endure it, but they're really not with the shit. So, you know.
What I did?
You didn't do anything, babe. You're a man. It's okay. Okay, so now I'm going in with a Hoola. When I dip it, when I like get it on my brush, you can brush as much as you want off, because if you're not careful, you'll look like a clown. So I'm going to start from my temple here, and I'm just going to build it a little bit, like right here, and barely bring it down, because I wanted to, I don't know. You'll see when I'm done. And then I bring it down just a little bit. And then I'm going to bring it up into my temple. And there. See, it's darker here. I don't know why I like that. I'm going to just do. Hey, Janair. We miss you. So again, I'm going to the other side. And I'm just building it right here first. And now I'm going to bring it down a little and just keep blending. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing I did with the lighter color. Oh, I don't know if she does or not, Crystal. I haven't heard that one yet. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did before, and I'm just going to blend around the edge of that bronzer. I didn't put any more product on there. I'm just going to blend it and make sure there's no harsh line, because I don't want to look like the fool. So I'm just blending. Thank you. Okay, so I'm officially done with that. But this is the same brand that I have my transition eyeshadow brush. Same brand. I love this thing. And I'm going to take just a tiny bit of the Hoola like this. Just on the edge of the brush. See? Okay, and now you're going to like brush it off. You need to brush it off. And I'm going to take it on my nose here. And I'm just going to contour just a little. And I bring it, when I get here, I twist it to my eyebrow. So I bring it up and twist it to my eyebrow. And voila. So I'm going to dip back into it. Just a little. You can see it on the edge. And you're going to brush it off. You need to brush it off. You don't need that much. It's very pigmented. This Benefit Hoola does not play. Okay, so now I'm going to go up my nose a little, back and forth, and then I'm going to roll it to my eyebrow. So roll it to your eyebrow. Because you want to deepen this just a little bit in between your nose and your eyebrow. And see? Contour. And then whatever's left on the brush, I just brush under the tip of my nose. Like so. Alright. So I'm done with the contouring, bronzer, whatever you want to call it. And now I'm going to go into blush. I've really been, this Benefit, this little mini collection that I got, I love it. So I'm going to go in with the shade Dandelion, which is really pale pink. Like, it's so light, you can barely see it, but it adds just a touch of color. The highlight's not going to be very bright today. I'm going to use this really subtle Benefit highlighter. I just got it, so this whole collection I'm in love with right now. A cook-off. Well, we can still do that. So this is the highlighter. It's very subtle. Like, it's not very bright at all. But that's what I want today. I just want a natural look. So for blush, I'm going to take my same bronzer brush. You don't need to clean it. It's only going to blend it better if you have a little bit left of the bronzer that you used. So I'm going to dip into the Dandelion, tap it, and then I start here, and I'm going to work my way out. I'm going to stamp it on first, just like anything else, eyeshadow, blush, contour, whatever. I always stamp the color first. And once I stamp it to my liking, then I blend. See how subtle that is? It's so pretty. It's this pretty pale blush. Hey, Dana. It's so nice. And if you want more of the color, like, I'll add a little more, but not much more. I'm just going to add a little more here. Tap it in. And then blend it. It's not very heavy at all. How's the job going, Dana? Same thing on this side. I'm going to tap in the color, and then I'm going to blend. Thanks, Crystal. Okay, and now I'm going to blend. Add a little bit more color to even it out. And then blending. I'm telling you, I love this blush color too. It's so pretty. It's the Dandelion from Benefit. And it's like my new favorite. It's so pale and pink. Okay, that is all of the blush. I'm just doing last second, blending. That's all. I think we're good. Okay, so now for the highlighter. Thanks, Jess. Okay, so I have a highlighter. Well, it is a highlighter brush. I'm sorry. It's by Sigma. It's the F35. I got these. A lot of the brushes and makeup that I've gotten on Afterpay, or I've gotten on my job when we have a good additional sale for the employees. So this one I made payments on with Afterpay. So it's a really expensive brush collection, but I paid it in increments. I don't have money like that, so I gotta do what I gotta do. Okay, so I'm kind of going in pretty heavy because this is such a subtle color. Like, it's very light highlighter. You're not going to be able to see it much. It's just going to give me a little bit of glow. So I'm going to start here. This is where I like to start, and I'm going to work up where you can see the lighter color here above my blush and bronzer. So I've got quite a bit of that on my brush, and I'm going to tap it in first. Bring it up. And then I'm going to blend. And I'm very lightly touching my face. Like, I'm not pushing on my brush or nothing like that. And then with whatever's left over, I'm just going to bring it up a little here. Not a lot. Like, it's very light. It's not heavy at all. Okay, so I'm going to go back in. Get quite a lot on the brush. It's a light color, you're not going to see it much. Same thing, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to work my way up. And I'm tapping it in. Because if you go in straight and start blending it, it doesn't hold the color. So if you tap it first, I don't know, some kind of way it seeps in, it seems like, and it builds the color better. So now I will start blending very lightly. And then I'm going to bring the excess up by my eyebrow. Okay, and so then I'm going to do my nose and my Cupid's bow. So I'm going to tap first. And then I'm going to blend. And I do like to take a little bit extra on the tip of my brush, right on the tip, and just kind of tap the end of my nose. And then go back up and pull it down. Okay, so as you can see, there's nothing there, right? So, okay, scratch that. I'm going to take another one of my favorite brushes. Make sure there's no eyeshadow on it. And I'm going to dip into the highlighter, and I'm going to use this. This is by Moda. This is another one of my favorite brush sets. It's really easy to blend and use for eyeshadows. They're probably the best set that I have. What?
Hey, Grandpa said, ain't none of that gonna do you no good, but he love you anyway.
Okay, I love him too. All right, and so now I'm gonna go on my Cupid's bow. And using a small brush like this for right here, it allows you to be a little more direct. Your blendings look so great. I see a lot of people who put that straight white line down the middle of their nose. No, I don't like to do that. I blend everything. That's like my best friend. You and my sister Carrie have the same mole in the exact same spot.
She all of a sudden be all good and just like, oh! Yeah. Looking crazy as hell. Oh, this the key to the shed too.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry and I just don't care, and I use this bigger brush and just really quickly put it on there, but I got time today, so we're going to be gentle. All right, now you can see it better. Now it's a little more there. Okay, so I'm done with highlighter. I am going to keep this brush out because I'm going to put some of this right there once I put my other color on. Okay, so I have another Moda brush. It's not as round as that one. Like this one is, I don't know if you can see it, but this one is round all the way, but this one's flatter. And I'm going to go under my eye with a little bit of bronzer. I'm just going to use the Hula Light from Benefit. I'm just going to go into it, tap off the excess, and I start in the corner and work my way in. And you have to be careful under your eye, because if you push too hard with the brush, you'll drag that concealer off.
It kind of reminds me of ever play a game called The Last of Us? Yeah. It's kind of like that. The Last of Us 2. Is it? Yeah. That shit. That was a good game.
Okay, so now the same to the other eye.
Them weren't really zombies.
Okay. And now I'm going to take a little bit from my Tarte palette. This one. From that transition shade that we used. Alright, and that's it. Alright, so now I'm going to take that Benefit, what is the name of this? Dandelion Twinkle is the name of it. And I'm going to take that round Moda brush that I love. Moda Pro. There's no, oh, there is a number, huh? BMX 420 Detail is the name of it, of the brush that I use for my Cupid's bow. So I'm going to go kind of heavy because it's a light color. I'm not going to dust it off. And I'm going to go right into the corner of my eye. Do you put mascara on your bottom line? Not all the time, but yes, I do. It depends on what kind of look. Like today, I probably don't put any mascara on. I probably just leave it just like it is. But I will go back over my top lashes just to get the powder off. And like, it's so light, but that's kind of, that's what I'm looking for today. Just really light. Alright, and that's it. It's really light. I can barely see it, but that's what I wanted. Okay, so now before I do anything else, I'm going to put my setting powder on. Before I put my brow gel on, before I go back over my lashes with mascara to get the powder off, I'm going to put my setting spray on. I normally always use this Urban Decay All Nighter, MAC. I like this MAC one. It's Fix Plus Matte, but you have to shake it. If you don't shake it, it can leave like white spots on your face that are hard to get off, and then you've screwed up all your makeup. But I'm almost out of this one, so I don't want to use that. And I just recently, everyone has been talking about this. I've never used it before. I used it day before yesterday. I'm going to use it again today to set my makeup and see how this goes with my oily skin. I'm really heavy-handed when it comes to a setting spray. There's really not a particular reason why. It's kind of a satisfying feeling for it to just pull everything together, I guess. I had a fan that was really cute that I got when our boss had this rummage sale, but it broke, which is very disappointing because it was really cute. But I only paid like, I don't know, $1.50 for it, so it's okay. I have some of that spray. I do like it. It's just under my eyes. It makes my skin weird. Oh, I don't know yet. I didn't really pay too much attention to it when I used it day before yesterday. Hey, Aunt Linda. But today I'll pay attention. I'll try to see how it goes. If you guys want me to go live like this every morning while I'm getting ready, I can. So we can take our mind off of things and have a little makeup talk. Okay, so it kind of feels like it's almost dry. It's a little tacky. So now I'm going to go in with my brow gel. I need a new one. This one's really old. I got this in Ipsy, and I haven't got Ipsy since we lived in Georgia before 2017. So I don't buy brow gel. I didn't used to use it at all. It's a really tiny brush. It's really cool. But I just want to get the powder out. I don't really even care about the definition. Like, my eyebrows are on. They look great. I use a blow dryer on cool setting to dry stuff. I was doing that too till I got my fan, and then I just never went back to it. So all I'm trying to do is make sure that there's no powder in my brows. That's it. So I'm just running this little brush because there's really nothing in this tube. So I'm just kind of brushing it off if there's any excess powder on there. And that's it. And now I will take my waterproof mascara wherever I put it up. And I want to go lightly back over my eyelashes because I don't want them to be like clumpy crazy. So I'm just going to like run it over the outside. Make sure there's no eyeshadow or powder on them. All right, that's it. So I'm not gonna put lipstick on yet. This is my look for the day. I'm gonna use, it's a L'Oreal, I don't even know what color it is or what the name of it is. It's my go-to, like, everyday, quick, run out the door, put it on, and it's done lipstick. I'll show you guys tomorrow, make sure I have it. And that's it. I'm ready. I gotta go do my hair, but my makeup is done. That's it. Easy peasy. So if you guys like this, like, comment, share. Let me know if you guys want me to do this tomorrow or continue to do it until all this is over. I may even continue after all this is over. It was kind of fun. It was nerve-wracking at first. My heart was pounding, but this was great. I'm glad that we busted the shell open. So I love you guys, and let me know if you guys want me to come live again tomorrow.